What's up, everybody? Steve here. I got an article that I just want to review with you guys because I think we need to really stop looking at certain headlines and certain news channels, certain newspapers or online articles, because I think a lot of information that we're fed is a bunch of bullshit. And this kind of backs it up too, and I think I can personally attest to this being a local real estate broker in the state of Florida. But basically it states that CPI, Consumer Price Index, is saying rents are up 3%. Now, you know, the government can manipulate things in many different ways to portray a different picture, and I think this is one of those ways, unfortunately. Now, there's a company called, I think it's called Apartment List, and they say it's as high as 18%. And I think that, especially in our area in Southwest Florida, it's over that. It's probably over 20%. The Consumer Price Index looks at all U.S. rents, while other rent increase calculations consider only the amount charged to new tenants. Now, hang on, helicopter. Goes on to say this is the housing inflation disconnect. According to the latest Consumer Price Index, rents are increasing a modest 3% a year, but private sources estimate much higher increases. Zillow observed rent index rose by a record 15.2% in November. Year after year, the rental listing site Apartment List says the median national rent rose 18% in 2021. So what gives? So Apartment List is essentially tracking the cost for new leases. So if somebody's going into the market and they're going to lease a property in this month, it's utilizing those figures, which I think that's what we should be utilizing, because in most cases any landlord is going to try to keep up with market. So previously, let's say their property's rented for $1,500 a month to somebody, and they, in many cases, when that lease is getting to renew, they should be increasing the rents to market value, or maybe a little bit below market value, to keep up with market value, to keep up with inflation. If the tenant moves out and you get a new tenant in, the landlord is going to list the property, should list the property where current market rents are. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's a real estate investor, and he was talking about some of the rental rates on his properties, and he's out of it. He works in a different occupation, but he's a real estate investor, and he's asking me about rent rates, and I was just talking to him because he's got a handful of properties all in the same area, and I know the rental market in this area, and what they're getting right now for $1,800 a month, he could be getting close to $2,800 a month, if not more. So that's $1,000 a month that he's missing out on at least 5 properties. And so it's landlords like that may hold the market back for the CPI, but real CPI in terms of new leases, it's skyrocketed. I think it's well over 20-30%, maybe even higher in some other areas. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate every subscriber on this channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot.